Hi, welcome back to Technology Review. I'm your host, Mac Jackson Jr. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Technology Review TV. Remember to give us a thumbs up. You can also find me on Twitter, twitter.com/Mac Jackson Jr. or on my website at macjacksonjr.com. And remember, folks, go to my store and purchase our pre-sales of our book, Identity Theft Protection for Your Family. We're taking pre-orders now. It's $19.95. Absolutely, folks. I want to welcome again this week Sonia Pekiwik. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you. Yes, I'm excited to be here.
This is great. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the news, hasn't there?
I know.
Amazing.
Scary and exciting.
Yes, all at the same time. Yes, absolutely. Before we get started, let's let our audience know about your company and tell them about your business, how to get hold of you.
We are a Nevada headquartered corporation. We do IT recruiting and consulting services. So if you're looking to hire anyone on a contract to hire, direct hire perspective in the IT world, from desktop to project management, development, that's what we do.
Very good, very good. Absolutely. Sony's one of our sponsors to our company, and we appreciate some of our awesome sponsors being part of Technology Review. And we have her on our show today because we're going to talk a lot about tech, okay? So lots of things that are going on.
Yes.
In this segment called Business Spotlight, things that are going on with businesses and for businesses relating to cyber and cybersecurity, but also we're going to talk about the job market too here in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
There's been a big change now in the job market. So what do you think? It's going to get better? People are hiring more now for IT people?
I think people feel really good about it. I think, we just had the Nevada IT Symposium, which is a citywide event.
Yes.
We had 273 attendees, which
Wow.
is pretty awesome. And hiring talent, retaining talent was definitely a topic of many discussions and breakouts. And, in some areas of technology, there's a negative unemployment rate. Cybersecurity, network, those areas where they just can't find the talent. And getting people excited about moving to Las Vegas, that can be a challenge and something that we deal with all the time. But helping people understand that there's so much technology running, not just the Strip, but we have healthcare and we have banking.
That's right,
and,
healthcare, banking.
And we have sports now, right?
Yes. Now we got a professional sports team here, professional football team here in Vegas.
And I think that actually is going to be really good for our city.
Great.
I think it's going to bring jobs, but also people are excited about what's happening in Vegas. Why are they now getting an NHL team this year and an NFL team next year? And I really do think that people are looking at Las Vegas very differently. It's very affordable. There's jobs, that's for sure. So I think in the area of people out there who are thinking of careers to pursue, technology is just definitely the way to go. And if you have kids, I encourage my kids to take little clubs and do summer programs. With summer coming up, there's all those cyber coding events. There's all those.
That's right, cyber coding for kids. That's absolutely right. That's a great organization.
Yeah, and it's just expose them to what's happening in technology and the opportunities that's out there.
It's definitely needed. I also heard in prisons now.
Yes.
Prisoners are being trained to be programmers.
That's awesome.
And to be coders. So when they get out of prison, they'll be coders, and hopefully they'll code on the good side, be a white hat coders, not on the bad side.
Well, that's probably easy training to do, I would think. You just need the computers and an instructor. So as far as when you think of what happens in prison, right? Job training, that's actually kind of a brilliant way to go.
Yeah, they get some job training, and when they get out of prisons, they can actually contribute to society versus doing the opposite.
Right, and it's not like low-level work. You're not taking someone out of prison and saying all you can ever make is $10, $11 an hour.
And better than that, now that they've trained, they can open up their own business because they'll apply for a job somewhere, and they're a felon, they won't get hired. But they have this training, they can do some additional things too.
That's it. I'd like to learn more about that. That's
it was really interesting seeing that's coming up for that.
I think what's neat is too, I don't think that I've gone and spoken to some schools here, and when you talk to them about technology, they think about social media, right? And they think their games and their different things, that their apps that they're on the phone, and what they don't understand is how much technology goes into operating, say, one of the large gaming operators here. And you think in terms of, the reservation system, the lodging management system, like how do people check in and out of the spa, or the valet ticketing, and how all that information aggregates together in order to entice players and people who are patrons of said property to keep coming back. There's so much technology that happens in the back end. When you talk about this to them, their eyes get open. They're like, really? We didn't know that technology is running when you take water out of the refrigerator in your room, that's technology. That's saying, charge that person $7 for water.
It's tracking all that, part of their big picture.
Exactly.
Yes. I would like to give a shout out to, I did it in my first segment, I'd like to do it again in this segment, to an organization I got to speak to today.
Yeah.
Over at the Sierra Gold.
Yep, you were telling me about that.
It was standing room only.
Really?
It was packed in there.
Aww.
And so many people there today. Yeah, anti-money laundering. It's called ACAMS, ACAMS. And there's a local chapter here, and they're a national organization. And there's hotel people from the hotel industry, the banking industry were there.
Wow.
And we were talking about cybers, myself and a couple of other speakers, one from Metro, and another company from Bitcoin.
Oh, wow.
And they were talking about Bitcoin. And folks, if you don't know what Bitcoin is, like they say, you better ask somebody.
Yes.
Learn Bitcoin and IoT as well.
Yeah.
It was a really good presentation. We had lots of fun. They fed us very well. It was amazing to see that place packed like that.
That's very cool.
Standing room.
And so what did you address specifically? What were you?
I was talking about cyber and identity theft and fraud and ransomware.
Yeah.
Yeah, how ransomware, Vegas is one of the number one, top five cities for ransomware.
Yeah.
And how it attacks your computers. But the newest thing with ransomware right now is phones. The phone, because again, and I ask people to raise their hand if they have antivirus software on their smartphone, right? Like the place had probably 100, maybe 120 people in there.
Wow.
In that place.
Yeah.
And it was packed. And I asked them to raise their hands, and maybe 2 or 3 raised their hands regarding antivirus software on their smart device, right?
Yeah, that's scary.
And I was telling you, got to have that on your smart device or your smartphone.
It's funny that people don't think about it. I first learned about that from you. And I don't keep as much stuff on my phone, like, access to banks or Pay, Samsung Pay or Apple Pay or whatever it is. But so many people, that is where all their information is. And if you lose your phone, you're dead in the water. Not only contacts, but passwords, those type of things. And to not protect that so easily just does seem, although I was guilty of doing it for so long, it's very, it's silly to me. Plus, we always give our devices to our kids.
Yes.
And I can't tell you how many times I get it back, and all my apps are open.
Yes, all the apps are open. Things are there. Mom, can I order this?
Yeah, and they're touch happy. They want to touch everything and click on everything, and that was a lesson I had to learn, was put that on there and protect it from my touch happy little 6-year-old.
Yes, by not giving it to him.
Yes. I do quite often say, this is my work device. Yes. Mommy doesn't want to share.
Yes. I always think of it with little ones. I don't have little ones, but with my nephew and nieces, I would say, this drink, this is an adult drink.
Yeah.
Adult drink. It's not apple juice. It's for adults.
Yes.
And this phone, adult phone.
Yes, it's very true.
Don't touch it. It's adult phone.
Yeah, but so often, and this is a whole other subject, but I need to occupy my child.
Yes.
Because I'm doing something, so I give them the device, and I think people are very guilty of doing that without thinking about the ramifications that might happen, because it's easy to just, you get an email, and they touch something, and all of a sudden...
Yeah, you lose it, or you reply to someone you didn't want to reply to because your kid touched it. Oh, that's funny. Wow.
The fun part is the pictures that I get when I get my phone back, and it's all selfies of different angles.
Right, because they're trying to use it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. that is.
Yeah, well, that's interesting that so few people. Did you get a sense that people were like, wait a minute, maybe I should do this?
They were concerned. I got a lot of questions, handed out a lot of business cards. I met a lot of people, a lot of contacts there.
That's good.
And hopefully they will follow up and start to do some things. I asked them about their policies, because we talk a lot about policies and procedures on this show, and with my business, and now with Sonia as well. A lot of companies had no idea about the cybersecurity incident policy report. What to do if there was ever an attack. What are the steps?
Right.
And they were, so that was nice to talk to people and hand out business cards from that.
So it was interesting at this symposium. A couple of people were talking about policies and different things, and there was the extreme, right? There was companies that were doing, weekly or bi-weekly tests, phishing tests, and they would just send out these emails to employees, and as soon as an employee would click on it, it would say, hey, you just violated the phishing policy. And it ran the gamut. Like, some companies were like, 2 strikes, you're out, you're fired.
Ooh, wow. That's interesting.
I know. And others would just say, hey, you've done this, now we're limiting your access to X. Right. You no longer can get emails with links in them, or you no longer can get emails with the text. And they would get more and more severe as they had an infraction, and they're taking it very, very, very seriously.
Yeah, they should. They should. That is really interesting. We're going to talk more about that too on our next segment.
Yes.
Let's expand that and talk more about that. It's very important that companies have proper policies and procedures within an organization. And a lot of times they, like I said today, they'll just write their policy and shelve it and not use it. But the testing of the emails, excellent. Definitely should do that.
Yep.
We will continue our discussion here on Technology Review with Sonia Peck-Hewitt, and we'll be right back after these important messages, folks. See you then.